Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean, and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short, so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Hey guys, how we going? Hope you're doing well. Hang on a sec. Let me just put it on the screen. How you guys going? How you going, Alex? Merry Christmas, everyone, for the other day. I wasn't around. I thought I was going to be here, but I wasn't. I've had a sore back for 4 or 5 days now. So I've been trying not to get headaches. So I've been like trying not to take Panadol and Nurofen. So... Hey Deb, how you going? Alex, how you going? Kai, how you going? Sherry, how you going? Carl, how you going? Shannon, how you going? Del, how you going? Who else have we got in here? Paul, how you going? Did I say hello, Sherry? Mark, how you going? UK in the house. Paul, Del, I said that. Stuart, none your business. None your bizzo, sorry. Oi. How you going, Stuart? That's the classic Aussie greeting. Oi. Heavy vehicles use low gear and that Jake brake. Out to lunch, how you going? At Donna's mum and dad. See you all soon. Oh, God love you. Okay, so we got a bit to get into. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to have a call in today. I think I might wait till tomorrow just because of I don't want to cut anyone off prematurely. Okay. Now, we've got some arguments going on Twitter right now. You've got Vivek and Elon and everyone going after them now. Just because of something they said, and I believe I may understand what they're talking about, okay? So just bear with me here. But in the meantime, people are arguing over Jesus. The baby Jesus. The baby cheeses. If you ever watch Kath and Kim, Australian version. Okay. They're arguing that Jesus was Palestinian, he wasn't a Jew, okay? Let's have a look. Bella Wallersteiner said the term Palestine didn't come into use until after the Roman conquest in 135 CE, well after Jesus' time. An apology and retraction would be the decent thing to do, considering your glaring error. Bear Grylls here, right? Thinks he knows. Just as a way of a response to all the argument going on here about the area of the world Mary lived in, I referred to this area as Palestine as per the maps you'll find in most Bibles. Scholars will always go back and forward debating the technicality of exact dates that various regions became known by their names. But in this case, I'm simply setting the scene for the greatest story ever told. I refer to Palestine as the general area that Mary lived in. I'm not referring to her nationality or ethnicity. She was clearly Jewish. In response to whether Jesus was a refugee, yes, he was. Mary, Joseph, and Jesus were forced to flee their homeland to live as refugees in the Egyptian desert. They were escaping Herod's decree to kill all the young male babies in Bethlehem. Okay, they returned finally 4 years or so later to their homeland and to Nazareth. Readers add context they thought people might want to know. Mary, Joseph, and Jesus were citizens of Judea. The region wasn't called Palestine at their times, regardless of what was written in later maps. And they have credited Wikipedia with this, but I do not believe that he was a Palestinian. Okay, what he said was, Happy Christmas. Over the next few days, billions of us around the world celebrate God come to earth as a baby, born to live among us. He grew up as an impoverished Middle Eastern refugee some 2,000 years ago, yet this Jesus, Yeshua, changed the course of the world forever. Okay, he reckons that when Miriam, a young, poor and no doubt terrified girl living in first century Palestine, gives birth in a rundown animal pen to a baby who was foretold for hundreds of years. It does sound like he is saying they were Palestinian. Anyway, there's a huge argument going on. You can always do your own research, come to your own conclusion, but I do believe Palestine wasn't even around back then. Okay, the opinionated black woman auntie even chimed in and said Jesus was apparently a Middle Eastern refugee and his mother Miriam was Palestinian, according to this Sprog stain. She's calling Bear Grylls a Sprog stain. Okay, that's a CUM stain for some people. Okay, that's what that is in Australian terms. Talk Church said Jesus is king. Let's just have a little listen because I found this very interesting, what this young girl says.
Man, she says something here that's pretty mind-blowing. Watch this.
Why is it when God wanted to create fish, he spoke to the sea? When God wanted to create trees, he spoke to the earth. When he wanted to create us, he spoke to himself. What happens when you take a fish out of the sea? It dies. What happens when you take a tree out of soil? It dies. What happens when we become disconnected from God? We die. God is our natural environment. We were created to live in the presence of God. It is only in him that life exists.
Apart from the author of life, there is no life. This is why the Bible says, in him we live, in him we move, in him we have our being. And if you agree, type Jesus is king in the comments. Man, she's...
Well, that was really, really interesting, I found. And that's kind of, well, how we should be thinking. Because I believe that's correct. Take God out of it and we all die. Who says what the rules are if God isn't saying what the rules are? If we aren't following God's rules. Then anything goes. That's what Aleister Crowley used to believe. Okay, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. So do whatever you think, you know. So if you don't want to live like that and you want to live with rules, and that's the best way to go, back to the Bible. I know a lot of people don't agree with me, and that's fine. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions. Donald J. Trump News said thousands of Christians came together to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. Who else thinks we need more of this? The mainstream media censored this. Share so all Americans can see. Are we ready for this one? This one's quite amazing too. So I throw my That was just beautiful, I thought. Anyway, that's just me, maybe. Radio Genoa said he's shocked because in Poland there are only Poles and no Arabs. Let's have a look. Wow, what's Poland done?
Kein Araber in ganz Polen. Ey, jetzt mal ohne Witz, ne? Wir sind jetzt hier in Zakopane, Polen, und ich habe hier einfach noch keinen Araber gesehen. Ich werde jetzt mit euch durch die Stadt laufen und dann halten einfach gemeinsam Ausschau. So, ich werde jetzt auch mal natürlich nach rechts schwenken, nach links. Auch nicht. Ich werde mal die Kamera hochhalten. Nee. Und das ist der Grund, warum ich hier manchmal so angestarrt werde, als wäre ich ein UFO. Aber wir sind hier gerade oben, hier Gubalowka, und da habe ich 5 gesehen. Ohne Witz, ob ihr es mir glaubt oder nicht. Aber auf jeden Fall sind die vorbereitet, weil hier steht einfach was auf Arabisch.
Wow, interesting. And again in Poland, Ian Yeager said this is how Poland celebrates Christmas. Beautiful. Let's have a look. Okay, got to turn the music off because I'll get some kind of copyright for that. I'll probably get a copyright anyway. I'm just going to write back no from now on. No. No. That's my response now. No. Okay, beautiful, Poland. Look at it. Absolutely gorgeous. We should all be doing this. Okay, here we go. Vivek Ramaswamy, Elon Musk, and the whole thing. Okay, Vivek Ramaswamy said, America first means we want America to win. Playing for second place doesn't cut it. Elon Musk said it comes down to this. Do you want America to win or do you want America to lose? If you force the world's best talent to play for the other side, America will lose. End of story. Now, this is in response to massive argument. Mario Norful said Silicon Valley's biggest limitation, engineering talent shortage. The US semiconductor industry alone needs over 160,000 engineers by 2032, driven by $250 billion plus in new investments. Demand for AI experts has skyrocketed, with Elon calling the talent war the craziest ever. Meanwhile, STEM programs struggle to produce enough graduates. This shortage threatens innovation from AI to semiconductors, slowing progress and global competitiveness. Expanding STEM education, streaming high-skilled immigration, and reskilling workers are urgent solutions. Investing in talent is investing in the future. Now, what Elon and Vivek want to do is bring in skilled immigrants from India, and now everyone has jumped on them for that and said that, we're trying to get rid of the immigrants. What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, just bear with me because I've got more on this. Elon Musk said there's a permanent shortage of excellent engineering talent. It's a fundamental limiting factor in Silicon Valley. Elon Musk said, no, we need more like double that number yesterday. The number of people who are super talented engineers and super motivated in the US is far too low. And I believe this is what our schools and things have done to us in Western nations. Think of this like a pro sports team. If you want your team to win the championship, you need to recruit top talent wherever they may be. That enables the whole team to win. Now people are going, if there are over 330 million people in America, surely there must be enough among them to build your ultimate team. Why would you deny real Americans that opportunity by bringing foreigners here? Elon Musk said, your understanding of the situation is upside down and backwards. Of course, my companies and I would prefer to hire Americans, and we do, as that is much easier than going through the incredibly painful and slow work visa process. However, there is a dire shortage of extremely talented and motivated engineers in America. Get your sons and daughters into engineering, computer shit. This is not about handing out opportunities from some magical hat. You don't get it. This is blindingly obvious when looking at NBA teams, as the physical differences are so obvious to see. However, the mental differences between humans are far bigger than the physical differences. And then it comes down to this. Do you want America to win or lose? What do you want to do? Yeah, a lot of people aren't understanding this right now, and Colin Ruggs said 100%, not sure why this is so difficult for people to understand. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go back. Okay, because I do have more on this. Elon Musk's status. I've still got to go back. There we go. Okay, Tom Woods said there's a lot of Vivek hate today, all of it unjustified. I'm not saying the problem demands replacement immigration, so get that out of your head. But come on, who can deny he's right about this? This is absolutely 100% does describe American society. Now, I'm going to read this from another one because I want to just say exactly what Vivek said, not what someone else is saying that he says, okay? Elon Musk said Loomer is trolling Laura Loomer. Okay, she's the one who I believe started this. Ian Miles Chong said it's wild to see MAGA turning against Elon, Vivek, David Sachs, etc. Wild, because Laura Loomer said, "Is Doge a way to cut spending or redirect the spending toward the pet project of tech bro billionaires?" It's looking like the latter, to be honest. Hey, let's convince the peasants that we are saving them money as we enrich ourselves, and they'll find out and speak out. We will, whatever. Laura Loomer said, is Doge real or is it a vanity project? Can we have this conversation without people crying? Now she's jumped in. Oh, shit. The drama. Sorry, guys, just coughed in your ear or speaker. Laura Loomer said, telling the truth isn't trolling. Now she's allowed to ask questions. Free speech. She said, read the room, Elon Musk. You bought your way into MAGA 5 minutes ago after Trump almost had his head blown off in Butler. Remember when you voted for Biden and propped up Governor Ron DeSantis and you said Trump was too old? We all know you only donated your money so you could influence immigration policy and protect your buddy Xi Jinping. You pretend like you've made such a sacrifice and investment donating to Trump and buying X, but you've only increased your own wealth and the wealth of your companies by practically invading Mar-a-Lago while trying to become Trump's side piece. Isn't that why you wanted so much hands-on control over spending bill and direct communication with Speaker Johnson? I've been here supporting Donald Trump with the millions of other patriots in MAGA since the beginning, so I actually understand the campaign promises that Donald Trump campaigned on. He campaigned on limiting H-1B visas and decreasing immigration. Donald Trump won because of the forgotten men and women of America, not because of all the tech billionaires who cheered when he was deplatformed and jailed and attacked non-stop over the last 8 years. He didn't win because of tech billionaires like you who wanted to buy influence to jeopardize our national security by selling out to China and replacing American workers with foreigners who have disdain for white Americans. P.S. You aren't president. Trump is, and he already has a beautiful wife. I'm not sure what role you're trying to fill. But we voted for Trump, not you. Maybe others are too afraid to talk to you like this, but I'm not. Did I get your attention, Elon? Okay, well, let's go back to what she's talking about. If I can actually get there. Shit. The drama. Oh, my goodness, the drama. Dar said this, I can't wait for Trump's inauguration day on January 20th. We're going to do the hokey pokey. We're going to put the right ones in and take the left ones out. The right ones in and shake it all about. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do the hokey pokey and turn this thing around. That's what it's all about. Okay. Liz Churchill said President Trump posted this. He's trolling Obama on Christmas When you see the guy who said you'll never be president at your inauguration. Ha ha. Okay, you're probably thinking, get onto it. What's going on with Elon, Vivek, and everyone? Okay, we'll get there. Tokyo Rosie said Trump isn't trolling Canadians, he's trolling the Liberal Party, and the only people losing their effing minds over it right now are Liberals. Just grab some popcorn and enjoy. Donald J. Trump, post from his Truth Socials, said, I just left Wayne Gretzky, the great one, as he's known in ice hockey circles. I said, Wayne, why don't you run for Prime Minister of Canada, soon to be known as the Governor of Canada? You would win easily, and you wouldn't even have to campaign. He had no interest, but I think the people of Canada should start a draft Wayne Gretzky movement. It would be so much fun to watch. Okay. I'll get to it. I'm getting there. Insurrection Barbie said, I don't understand the outrage over what Vivek said. I'll be honest, that whole 90s thing. Let's have a look. Okay. Vivek Ramaswamy said the reason top tech companies hire foreign-born and first-generation engineers over Native Americans isn't because of an innate American IQ deficit, a lazy and wrong explanation. A key part of it comes down to the C word, culture. Tough questions demand tough answers, and if we're really serious about fixing the problem, we have to confront the truth. Our American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long, at least since the 90s and likely longer. That doesn't start in college, it starts young. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers. A culture that venerates Corey from Boy Meets World or Zack and Slater over Screech in Saved by the Bell or Stefan over Steve Urkel in Family Matters will not produce the best engineers. Fact, I know multiple set of immigrants' parents in the 90s who actively limited how much their kids could watch those TV shows precisely because they promoted mediocrity. And their kids went on to become wildly successful STEM graduates. More movies like Whiplash, fewer reruns of Friends, more math tutoring, fewer sleepovers, more weekend science competitions, fewer Saturday morning cartoons, more books, less TV, more creating, less chillin', more extracurriculars, less hanging out at the mall. Most normal American parents look skeptically at those kinds of parents. More normal Americans' kids view those kinds of kids with scorn. If you grow up aspiring to normalcy, normalcy is what you'll achieve. Now close your eyes and visualize which families you knew in the 90s or even now who raised their kids according to one model versus the other, to be brutally honest. Normalcy doesn't cut it in hyper-competitive global market for technical talent. And if we pretend like it does, we'll have our asses handed to us by China. This can be our Sputnik moment. We've awakened from a slumber before and we can do it again. Trump's election hopefully marks the beginning of a new golden era in America, but only if our culture fully wakes up. A culture that once again prioritizes achievement over normalcy, excellence over mediocrity, nerdiness over conformity, hard work over laziness. That's the work we have cut out for us. Rather than wallowing in victimhood or just wishing or legislating alternative hiring practices into existence, I'm confident we can do it. Cat Turd has even chimed in, do I really need to start listing American inventors and what the world wouldn't have without us? Vivek answered, that's the version of America I want to see us return to. Okay, now people are jumping on saying, oh, you're going to get everyone from India over. Okay, now Insurrection Barbie said, I don't understand the outrage over what Vivek said. I'll be honest, the whole 90s thing, I'm not 100% sure what he means. Oh, I don't know. I can see it. Okay, I've been here since the 70s. And I can see the downfall of all our Western nations because of Hollywood TV programming, and it was meant to be that way. It's called social engineering. And we have been socially engineered into this way of living. Okay, but overall, I think that we've become a society that's completely forsaken meritocracy. Of course, that's not applicable to everybody, but that's applicable, sadly, to the institutions which teach our children and which prepare them for the future or don't prepare them for the future. This is what I think as well. The education system, TV, movies, Hollywood, Project Mockingbird, whatever you want to call it. But this is what social engineering is, and this is what they've done to us for maybe, I think, over 50 years. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what he said, but for me, what I took that to mean is the next generation can't just get by on useless degrees that have no job marketability. There's no reason to get into debt and go to college unless you want to have a profession that requires you to learn how to do things like to be a doctor or to be an engineer. Again, I'm not trying to offend anyone, but like a liberal arts degree, those are absolutely useless. You don't need to pay $100,000 for one of those. You can just learn about different culture and literature all on your own. You don't have to pay people to feed you their version of literature. These days, you can pretty much teach yourself anything online. I just think overall, as a society, we need to reward certain jobs that we need and not reward maybe like DEI consultants or by paying them $400,000 a year. Maybe you pay the electrical engineer more than the DEI consultant. And I agree. I don't see why jumping, like people are still using emotion. People on the right are still using their emotion to jump onto things. They're not stopping, thinking logically that if you don't want these people, if you can't find them in America or Australia or whatever country you're in, if you have to, they're going to be sending a lot of the immigrants back, okay, especially the low-level ones that don't have any experience in working or anything, who don't want to work. The people who've come in illegally are going to be sent home. In return for that, they're going to employ some of the smartest people in India to go over to America to, it could be even teach Americans. Okay? But they have to do this because there aren't enough people in America and obviously in Australia and the UK, all of us, okay, to be able to do this. Insurrection Barbie, hang on, C.F. Dalton said his lordship, his majesty, said, Vivek's right, meritocracy is dead in our institution, leaving our kids unprepared. Why saddle them with debt for degrees with no market value? We should value engineers over DEI consultant whose jobs add little to society. Time to rethink education's role. Insurrection Barbie said, I don't know necessarily that you need to go to college because I have friends who are super successful people that never went to school. I also have friends that are successful and went to school. But I have people that I know who are friends who've just gone to school, spend a lot of money and pretty much do nothing useful and can't support themselves in the manner in which they should be able to in your mid-30s. So I just think overall a reevaluation of college and the way that our schools are preparing the future generations is warranted. We don't teach so many things that I think are very important, like how to manage your finances. We don't teach debate anymore. We don't teach other important topics like civics. I really don't know what the heck they teach because they don't even do a good job of teaching math and science anymore, or English for that matter. This will have a big impact on our future as a country because the future generation is the future of this country, and we want the future generation to be at least as prepared as we are, if not more so. So, look, I do agree, and I don't understand the people emotionally jumping on to attack just the minute that someone says something different, you know. Why don't you wait it out, see what happens, see how this is going to play out? That's what I think anyway. Okay. Carol Mack said Ozempic, in my opinion, is the most clever, insidious pharmaceutical out there at the moment. It makes chubby, overweight people skinny. It's the hook. Side effects be damned. You're back at high school weight and the compliments and comments are addicting. This one is going to rival Vioxx in damages payouts one day, mark my words. Harry Fisher said, my AI that I'm talking to says this. Now, this is an AI talking, right? Let me just say again, everyone mentioned here is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. All this is alleged, and what I'm reading does not necessarily reflect my own opinions while I'm sitting here nodding my head. Okay? Okay. My AI that I'm talking to says this. Now, this is AI saying this, okay? Not me. Ozempic is part of the depopulation control agenda, hidden purposes, population control, fertility reduction, hormone disruption, DNA modification, gut biome destruction, health impacts, thyroid damage, metabolic disruption, immune system weakening, and brain chemistry alteration. I do enough of that on my own. There you go. That's what Ozempic does for you. Liz Churchill said your loved ones died alone over the holidays while dancing nurses plagued social media platforms and performed like idiots. Arrest Dr. Fauci for lying about hospital protocols. Because who in the hell had time for this when they were flat out treating a pandemic? Really? A pandemic? And you have time for all this? Are you serious? And people fell for this? Are you serious? Come on, I'm going to keep playing these guys until people wake up. So they had time to choreograph these, right? All while pretending to save people's lives from a pandemic. Okay? I don't think so. Bloody idiots. Seriously. You really had time for this, mate. That's one hell of a pandemic that needed one hell of a marketing team, I'll tell you. That's all that is. Marketing. Understand what you're looking at when you're looking at these things. This is marketing. Okay, Bro has a unique opinion here. Kind of agree. People who deliberately light fires should be executed publicly, no mercy. What do you think? Because here in Australia, there's... Look, hang on. Let me just show you what Australia's doing right now. Where is it? Fires near me. Okay, there's fires all over the joint right now. How close are we? Oh. Pretty good. Looking pretty good. I've got a friend who's up here at this one. 459 hectares has been burnt at Hill End Road. We've got Woolamai National Park, a couple of fires here. Okay, they're just responding now. There's 0 hectares and 0 hectares. So these two have just been started. Look, seriously, don't be surprised when... look, it's all over the eastern seaboard too. Don't be surprised when people get caught and they are people who fully support the climate change narrative, okay? Oh, one down in the Snowy Mountains near Cancoban. Dargles Fire Trail, Snowy Valleys. So these must have just been lit maybe. Snowy Monaro. Okay, well, there you go. So that's what's happening in Australia because we just had a storm this morning. It dropped like 5-10 degrees and now the sun's back out and it's just going to warm up again. It's going to be 32, 34, something like that here today. I don't know how you guys are going, but it's a little hard without air conditioning, but, you know, you just got to like lay there and go, oh, I'm melting. That's why I don't think I'm going to have a call-in show today. Not only do I still have a sore back, but I'm going to melt today. I swear to God. Tomorrow should be better. We will do a call-in show tomorrow without whether I've got a headache or not. We're going to do it, okay? Or a sore back or whatever. Radio Genoa said Keir Starmer confirms that England is a democracy and promises to arrest anyone who says Merry Christmas. Oh, dear. Okay, Nigel Farage MP, this is an historic moment. The youngest political party in British politics has just overtaken the oldest political party in the world. Reform UK are now the real opposition. Go Reform. Lawyer Mum said, my son has had chronic fatigue and digestive issues for 2 years. Every time he eats something, he has a histamine reaction and experiences fatigue. He has eliminated tons of foods, including dairy, and requires tons of supplements and digestive enzymes. We are in Japan, and he has boundless energy and is eating everything, including dairy, with no reactions. Our government sold us out, poisoned our food supply, and is simply infuriating. Two other interesting things. There appears to be no sunscreen. Also, no one carries a water bottle. Also, everyone is Japanese, whereas we're a melting pot of cultures. No commentary on that, just an interesting observation. So there you go. This lawyer mum, her son had chronic fatigue and digestive issues for 2 years. They tried limiting his foods, and then they went to Japan. Maybe I need to go to Japan. Should I go to Japan? Can someone in Japan adopt me? I don't know. I don't know the language. I would be lost. Absolutely freaking lost. Maga Voice said, abso-fucking-lutely right. None of our leaders are punished for lying. Instead, regular people are punished for telling the truth. Tucker Carlson. What do you think? I think it's the same thing. And this is just funny. I'm like this. I really am like, okay, you know how they tell you to have different passwords for different websites and you've got to update your password every few weeks? And how do you remember? Seriously, right? Fuck it. I don't want to have to remember 10 million different passwords for 10 million different websites. They can go jump. And I'm not advocating for fingerprint scanning or facial scan, none of that. No. I think we need to get off the internet more than anything else. But anyway, just bear with me. This is quite funny, though.
I'm so tired of logging into things. I'm so tired of it. I can't believe I'm going to have to log into things for the rest of my life. Just let me see my things. My things are right there. Just be logged in. Could we just be logged in for once? And don't get me started on the keep me logged in checkbox. Okay, this is the close elevator doors button all over again. I know bullshit when I smell it. If I ever see the person that programmed that little checkbox, it is absolutely on sight. I just want to be logged in. And all you cybersecurity people that told the websites that we need to be changing our passwords every 5 minutes, you're next. I don't care if that makes me safer. I will go ahead, hack my shit. You're gonna hate what you find, okay? I just would rather be logged in. And if one of you smart-ass little punks comes into my comments and tells me I should be using a password manager, that, the keychain will fix all of this, okay? I wish, bucko, this can't be the future!
Oh, dear. Oh, my God. I understand it. I understand her. Believe it or not, I understand that one. Oh, my God. I don't know how you guys, if you have like different passwords for all different websites and you change your passwords regularly, how the hell do you remember? And which password for which website? I have done that, right? And then I keep using the wrong password because I keep getting mixed up with the other ones I'm using for the other websites. Oh, shit. Okay, Mick Amius said, who else thinks e-safety commissar Julie Inman Grant is worried about the incoming US administration? I have the strong belief that Elon Musk will fight these requests. She stipulates that she'll continue holding social media giants to account without fear or favour. Here we know this is a lie. Julie Inman Grant says online safety regulators can still work with the US despite ties between Elon Musk and Trump administration. Despite copping criticism from Elon Musk, Australia's safety commissioner won't be deterred as she finds ways to work with the incoming Trump administration. This woman is like a fly that you can't get rid of. You know, the annoying one that's trying to crawl up your nose, in your mouth, in your eyeballs. You know those ones, right? Oh, shit, man. Seriously. What do you do? She's like an annoying fly. Well, this person, Jeannie88, said this woman is an irritating pebble in Australian shoe. I don't think she'll win against Elon Trump, but could cause Aussies some grief due to Dutton being a WEF puppet and fool as well. McAmia said absolutely agreed. The fact she's also somehow managed to trip overseas before end of year astonishes me. Yeah, she's just flying around on Australia's taxpayer money because America won't give her any taxpayer money there anymore. Shit. Oh, my God. Okay. Hey, I think the Hill is calling for an insurrection here. Remind me not to like this one. Don't let me like this post, for God's sake. Please do not let me hit that like button automatically, because that's what I do. Don't do it, Hev. Don't do it. The Hill has said Congress has the power to block Trump from taking office, but lawmakers must act now. Hello, FBI. I have an insurrection in the making. I have an insurrection in the making. No, I did it. Oh, I'm an idiot. I am a freaking idiot. No, we had, look, hello, FBI, hello. Hang on. Hello. At the FBI. I think we have the makings of an insurrection here. Okay? Let's have a look. Can I have got a point? Yep, here. Right here. Right there. Okay. Hello? FBI, what are you doing? Sitting on your ass, doing nothing. See, I still freaking hit it. I had to undo it again. I still hit it. I'm an idiot. Anthony Scalise replying to Jacinta Allen. Oh, okay. What did Jacinta Allen? She's the Premier of Victoria, took over from Daniel Andrews, who was another idiot. Jacinta Allen said the message couldn't be any clearer. Today is a day of total fire ban across Victoria. Don't be a dickhead. No fires to be lit. Okay. Never heard a Premier calling anyone anything like this. And Anthony Scalise said, Jacinta Allen, why are you hiding mine and others' replies? What's your problem? Has the heat got to you? These are hidden replies. I agree, but an interesting choice of words from a Premier. Rallo said, since when was it appropriate for the Premier of a state to swear in public pronouncements? And Anthony Scalise said, wow, that's a really nice way to address fellow Australians. So she's calling everyone a dickhead. Or just the people who light fires. In that way, I agree. I agree in a way, but you shouldn't, as a Premier, I don't think you should say things like that. No, definitely not. Tim Poole said, holy shit, this is really an ex-employee? Cachet said, if your race is so great, why am I out competing you on every axis that actually matters? Seems like you're the one who's dysgenic. Thankfully, evolution will take care of you in due time. Good luck to you and your children if you're capable of having any. Well, okay, instead of going nuts at this person, why don't we just stand up and show them? But yeah, that's an ex-employee. He shouldn't be saying shit like that either. Just Posting Els said, can she reject it? Can I reject a paternity test as the mother of the child? I don't know. Let's have a read. Ex-husband wants a paternity test for our daughter. I have a couple of reasons for not wanting this to happen. Well, then straight away I'd be questioning you. I had to have one. Yep. And I did it because I knew. I only had my 2 children to one man. I knew who the father was, and he still made me go and get a DNA test. After he cheated, mind you. Fucking idiots, honestly. Okay, but if you say no straight away, I'd be, well, I understand not wanting DNA. You need DNA out there. I get that. But what are the couple of reasons for not wanting this to happen? Firstly, it is my child, and I don't want anyone taking her DNA without my consent, and I don't want to give that consent. Look, that one's fair enough, right? Don't know about this one. Secondly, the money that my ex-husband provides in child support is vital to my daughter and I having a safe, stable place to live. If it turns out that a certain someone else was the father, my daughter and I would be thrust into poverty. Holy shit. That second one would make me want you to have that DNA test really quickly. I'm not a man, you know? Is it possible to reject the DNA test of my daughter? Is it possible to mandate my ex-husband continue to pay child support, even if he isn't the father, given that he undertook a fatherly role for 5 years before he left us? What the hell is going on? Oh, my goodness. I don't think she can reject it, no, especially after saying that. I would really want one. If I was a man, if you said this, I would really freaking want that DNA test, mate. Jesus. I get the first bit. You don't want anyone taking a DNA or yours. I get that. But this second excuse is like you're just admitting it. What the hell? And this bottom bit as well. You're admitting it, woman. Okay. Wow. Mario Norfolk said the shadow government, how Biden's handlers ran America. While Democrats rage against Elon's unelected influence for exposing wasteful spending, a recent bombshell report reveals an unprecedented usurpation of executive power. Biden's presidency has been largely run by proxies, with cabinet members rarely gaining direct access to their commander-in-chief. Even Treasury Secretary Yellen, traditionally one of the most important cabinet positions, was kept at arm's length, forced to communicate through intermediaries. Defense Secretary Austin's regular briefings became increasingly rare, even as wars erupted in Ukraine and Gaza. Cabinet members stopped requesting presidential access altogether, knowing such requests would be denied. This wasn't mere delegation, it was an institutional cover-up. Where Obama actively engaged with his cabinet to debate policy, Biden's team created an impenetrable barrier of handlers who issued top-down directives with little presidential involvement. Yet when Elon used X's transparency to trim a 1,547-page spending bill to 118 pages, these same Democrats decried his shadow influence. The hypocrisy is staggering. Washington would rather have unelected staffers secretly running the executive branch and face public scrutiny of its bloated spending. The message is clear. The establishment will protect its own while fighting those who dare lift the veil. Mario Norfolk said Scott Jennings' biggest scandal in America is the cover-up of Biden's condition. The last 4 years of lies about this president's condition. If Trump advisors worry you, ask this. Who's been running the country while this president was unable to fulfill his duties? Exactly. Oh, Obama. Okay, just need to have a cough. Hang on a sec. That's another thing I've had. Not only have I had a sore back, but I've had like seems to be a cold coming, and it hasn't actually fully grabbed me yet. So I'm fighting it. 5 days. Okay. The White House lied and kept it from the American people. It's a scandal of epic proportions. It is. Yet people like this has been running America. Okay, people like this. You've got the Soroses, the Pelosi's, can't remember who the fuck this person is. Hillary, Obama, can't remember who that idiot is too. There you go. You can tell me in the comments down below who's this and that. I know the Soroses. Who are these half-wits? Is that no. Carlos, but no cigar. I have no idea how to say that. Sorry. We always knew it was Dark Brandon pulling the strings of Joe Biden the entire time, and obviously Kamala Harris, the puppet master. There you go. Jake Novak said, warning to the White House staffers and cabinet members, if you are responsible for preparing and signing executive orders or clemencies at this time of the documented mental incapacity of Joe Biden, we will find you and prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. Have a nice day. Yeah. Turning Point UK said a 31-year-old man's been arrested. The Met Police have claimed it's not terror-related. As usual, they haven't named the driver. Christmas Day horrors, 4 injured after car drives into pedestrians on Shaftesbury Avenue. So they're still doing it. JD Vance News, saying it the wrong way around. Breaking, do you support Mel Gibson's plan to expose pedophiles and human traffickers in Hollywood, including revealing the Epstein and Diddy lists? Well, yeah, will someone just release it, for goodness sake? That's what we're all waiting for. Illuminati Bot said, when all is finally exposed, 98%, oh my God, I can't talk today. 98% of Washington will fall. Julian Assange. That is one thing he's right about. Cat Turd said, stop it. Dr. Clown PhD said, Merry Christmas to Hunter Biden. Whose coke was in the White House again? Okay. Concerned citizens said companies like Coles are using a cattle additive called Bovea. This is apparently going to reduce methane. Now, I'm hearing many people in many places telling me cows don't fart. Okay? So make of this what you will. Many people have taken to social media to say they're going to boycott Coles for using this additive. It's not just the UK. Australians are also awake to this Bill Gates sponsored atrocity and assault on cattle. Let's have a little listen.
So you might have heard the announcement this week that companies like Coles here are using a cattle feed additive called Bovea in their dairy and beef products. This is apparently going to help reduce methane emissions. There have been over 60 countries, including here in Australia, who have approved this additive for commercial use, even though the company who manufacture Bovea claim that it is safe for animals, consumers and farmers. Many people have taken to social media and say that they're going to boycott Coles for using this additive, while many farmers and farmer-owned companies like Norco have taken this opportunity to plainly state they will never use an additive like Bovea in their products. On one side of the argument, they're saying that the supplement is broken down in the cow's natural digestive processes and fully metabolized, meaning it won't be present in the beef or dairy products. But on the other side, people are saying there hasn't been enough long-term testing to know the outcome for the animals or for those who consume them, despite the manufacturer's safety claims. People are also asking questions about the discretion letter from the FDA stating that caution should be exercised when handling Bovea, as it may damage male fertility and reproductive organs, and that it is potentially harmful when inhaled and causes irritation of the skin and eyes if contact is made. Therefore, protective gear must be worn. There's also been a lack of clarity around labelling and whether these products will actually...
Stop. If you see certified carbon neutral, assume that meat has been treated with this medication. Okay, this little carbon neutral thing here. Certified as carbon neutral product against the climate change carbon neutral... against? Yeah, it looks like it's against the climate active carbon neutral standard for products. Yes, anything with certified carbon neutral on it, beware. Don't buy it.
State whether Bovea has been used. But what are your thoughts? Are you concerned about Coles using Bovea in their beef or dairy?
Yep. And I actually said something. See, I'd say anything that says carbon neutral is questionable. It was written on the package the gentleman picked up at the end.
So you might have...
I pointed that out because I saw it and I thought, there's your... Because some people can't tell, okay? If you see carbon neutral on your meat, just assume it's being treated with Bovea. Juanita Broderick said there's absolutely no doubt Trump won back 4 years ago. No doubt. Imagine that. Mail-in ballot fraud study finds. Wow. Trump almost certainly won back then, 4 years ago. Imagine that, said Based Washington. Okay, DC Drano said if I saw someone on fire, it would be my worst enemy. It could be my worst enemy, and I'm still going to risk my own well-being to put them out, never mind a helpless woman. Only societies devoid of God and morality would just watch a woman slowly burn to death. New York has truly lost its way. Why did no one help her? Fatal subway burning exposes New York City's sad disconnect to humanity. There's a chilling apathy towards our fellow citizens. And you can see humanity becoming this way, with people holding up their phones instead of stopping fights, or, people just want to record it and get the video out, instead of helping people. Jesus, what happened? Johnny Midnight said Pfizer stopped testing their COVID vaccines on animals because they kept dying. I wonder why. Do you think if the animals keep on dying, what do you think humans are going to do? Anywho, Stephen said Labor is telling us that floating nuclear reactors in submarines in our city harbours are safe, but the new technology, small nuclear reactors in remote areas on land, are not. Please make it make sense. So he's saying that nuclear reactors and submarines in the harbour is safe. But nuclear energy is not, because it will mean he misses out and his mates miss out on subsidies from the taxpayer that are lining their pockets. He doesn't want to miss out on that, see? Dr. Simon Godek said Merry Christmas. Washington Post said, please don't wish me Merry Christmas. It's impolite and alienating to assume I follow your religion. Well, Merry Christmas. There you go. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now, Tim Pool has just posted this picture, okay? No words, just posted the picture. Castro and little Castro. Castro Jr. Trudeau. And the comments are hilarious. Okay. Like father, like son. And here you go. The Castro Jr. theory has merit. Justin Trudeau is such an insufferable tool, Elon Musk. Look. Oh, what happened there? Lol. Oh, dear. What else have we got? Oh, yeah. Who's your papa? That is Trudeau's mum, the husband she's married to, the father, and the son. Okay? Yep. Margaret Trudeau. Look at her. Yeah. Okay. Brian said, let's hear it, fellas. I will own nothing and I will be executed. Yes, I want this to happen. He will own nothing and be executed. Let's see it. I want to see it. Go. Okay. Anon said it's important to understand. A certain post said no outside comms. 8kun is the only platform that team will post on. They'll not make an account and post on X. They don't disclose information with people outside of the operation. People that try to convince you they have inside information probably don't. Logical thinking. Special operators don't post their next move on X. We're talking about the most important plan ever mapped out. The team is not going to jump on X and tell you to follow them for comms or post boom, it's happening 1,000 times, like we've seen. They're also not going to tell you when and where people will be arrested. People fall for the clickbait and then blame Anons for the clickbait not coming true. Everyone is responsible for their own prediction, and you are responsible for being gullible. I don't do predictions and I ignore them. I just want you all to understand this because it makes it easier to spot clickbait. These accounts that want you to think they're part of the inner circle are doing it for follows, and that's why I normally say take things with a grain of salt. One post today, no other platforms used, no comms privately with anyone. Don't get lost. Okay. There you go. Just thought I'd let you know. Because a lot of people do. They go boom, 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 and nothing's happening. Like, oh, little things do happen. But, like, it's not a boom, it's not big enough, Wait for Obama to get arrested and then say, boom, Obama's been arrested, okay? Oh, dear. I'm still learning too. So I can't say I'm immune to it. I am still learning as well. Mike Engelman said Joe Biden's been an illegitimate president for 4 years. Every executive order, every pardon and government appointment he's made and done for 4 years should be reversed. Okay. Shadow of Ezra said Russia's top general has issued a stark warning claiming the US deep state is turning Africa into a massive testing ground for medical experiments, including drugs. He further accuses the United States of spreading pandemics through a network of secret biolabs, which one they want to build in Melbourne, Australia. There you go. Elon Musk said one of the craziest things ever said in America. Autism Capital said former head of the Wikimedia Foundation and current CEO of NPR, Catherine Ma, the Wikipedians who write these articles aren't focused on finding the truth. For our most tricky disagreements, seeking the truth isn't the best place to start. What? Reverence for the truth might become a bit of a distraction that's preventing us from finding consensus and getting important things done. No, we need the truth, love. I don't care what you say. Listen to this BS.
But one of the most significant differences, critical for moving from polarization to productivity, is that the Wikipedians who write these articles aren't actually focused on finding the truth. They're working for something that's a little bit more attainable, which is the best of what we can know right now. And after 7 years there, I actually believe that they're onto something. That for our
What? The best that we can know for now? No, we want the freaking truth, love. You're an idiot. And trying to propagandize other people into believing the same thing you believe. Moron.
most tricky disagreements, seeking the truth and seeking to convince others of the truth isn't necessarily the best place to start. In fact, I think our reverence for the truth might have become a bit of a distraction.
Well, this woman is a puppet. She is a puppet. She thinks that agreeing is better than the truth. That's what it sounds like to me. Sorry, from what she's saying, she thinks that people coming together and agreeing, finding a consensus, is more important than having the truth. This woman is an idiot. How did she get this job? Can I have this job? I'm smarter than this woman. In fact, any of us are. MAGA Voice said Trump just posted this. It should be in the Hall of Fame. This is literally Trump at his best. Merry Christmas to all, including the wonderful soldiers of China who are lovingly but illegally operating in the Panama Canal, where we lost 38,000 people in its building 110 years ago. Always making certain that the United States puts in billions of dollars in repair money but will have absolutely nothing to say about anything. Also, to Governor Justin Trudeau of Canada, whose citizens' taxes are far too high, but if Canada was to become our 51st state, their taxes would be cut by more than 60%. Their businesses would immediately double in size. They would be militarily protected like no other country anywhere in the world. Likewise, to the people of Greenland, which is needed by the United States for national security purposes, and who want the US to be there, and we will. Merry Christmas to the radical left lunatics who are constantly trying to obstruct our government, our court system, and our elections, and are always going after the great citizens and patriots of the United States, but in particular their political opponent, me. They know that their only chance of survival is getting pardons from a man who has absolutely no idea what he's doing. Also, to the 37 most violent criminals who killed, raped and plundered like virtually no one before them, but were just given incredibly a pardon by sleepy Joe Biden, I refuse to wish a Merry Christmas to those lucky souls, but instead will say go to hell. We had the greatest election in the history of our country. A bright light is now shining over the USA. And in 26 days, we will make America great again. Merry Christmas. There you go. He's trolling. That's what he does. Merch says, somehow I don't feel sorry that Bill Clinton was hospitalised. Anyone feeling sorry for Sick Willie? Slick Willie? Sorry? Sick Willie? Slick Willie? Either one will do. I didn't know he was hospitalised. There you go. I'm Susan Coleman. After having an affair with Bill Clinton, I became pregnant and my body was found with a gunshot wound in the back of my head. It was ruled a suicide and no autopsy was allowed. I was 7 months pregnant. Jesus. That Clinton body count, eh? Then there's this one. Cat Toes said he died. Father was not charged. Josh Dunlap said father meets his daughter's ex-boyfriend after he tried forcing his way into their home. Do not do this. Okay? Watch this. He's trying to get in by the look of it. What are you on, mate? They're yelling in the background. Is the volume up? Yep. Go away. Now he's trying to break it. That's a father protecting his daughter. When people are armed, you don't want it. Look, you won't have this as much because these people are going to be taken out before they even get a chance to do anything. An armed society ends up being a polite society because people learn pretty quickly from these people. American as said breaking, Democrats are demanding for John Fetterman to leave the party now that he's become based or more based. They don't want him now. Never forget how they operate. President Trump was locked out of his Twitter account after tweeting this video. He was not allowed back on Twitter till he deleted it. A cult doesn't take dissent. Yeah, it became a little bit based, and because of that, they don't want him anymore. Senator Fetterman is a perfect example of the Democrats of old, a party willing to work within the law with members across the aisle for the betterment of Americans. Senator Fetterman does not fit into the current regressive party the left has become. That's what we're seeing. They don't want him anymore now because he's become a bit based. Mario Norful said Trump win. State Department's $61 million disinformation office gets axed. The State Department's controversial Global Engagement Center will close its doors tonight after Republicans stripped its funding from the spending bill. Critics say the 120-person agency used its $61 million budget to blacklist conservative voices. Senator Schmidt blasted the GEC as a massive censorship machine designed to suppress narratives that questioned establishment thinking. The agency's defenders claim it fought Russian and Chinese propaganda. The shutdown marks an early victory for Trump's anti-censorship agenda before he even takes office. There you go. Disinformation office is axed in the US. Time to do it at ours, please. Okay. Peter Hogan replying to Mike Hedema, who said what? Water temperatures around Australia's Great Barrier Reef are the warmest they've been in over 400 years, according to new research. Hello? 400 years? Sorry, what was that? Who was here 400 years ago taking the temperatures? Because Australia was only founded in, 200, 250 years ago, apparently. Not founded, but colonialised. And before that, you had tribes of Aboriginals going around killing each other and using each other as slaves. But hey, so did you give it to the Aboriginals to take 400 years ago? Scientists say the reef is facing catastrophic damage. Peter Hogan said in the 60s the KGB did some fascinating psychological experiments. They learned that if you bombarded human subjects with fear messages non-stop in 2 months or less, most of the subjects are completely brainwashed to believe the false message, to the point that no amount of clear information they are shown to the contrary can change their mind. Okay? He didn't just drink the Kool-Aid. They fell in it, mate. They're swimming in it. Another day of clueless media hype. The sky is falling. So, yeah. I didn't like that other person's post, did I? For God's sake, go back and make sure I didn't. No, okay, cool. Okay. Matthew Kamanzuli said, how on earth can these people make claims like this? 400 years? Who was keeping the records 400 years ago? Alarmist nonsense. Exactly. 400 years ago, Cook hadn't even sailed onto Australia. None of them had. Allegedly. YNWA 2.0 said, this morning I reposted Essendon FC post wishing everyone happy holidays instead of Merry Christmas. Well, my team, Richmond FC, wished everyone a safe and happy time instead of Merry Christmas. Why? To not offend those that don't celebrate Christmas. They won't use the word Christmas, but had no problem using the word Ramadan, cautious not to offend every religion except Christianity, virtue signalling rubbish. So this is a football team who wished a blessed Ramadan to all the Indians, but we can't wish Australians a Merry Christmas. Okay. Craig Kelly said, if Santa hasn't turned up, here's why. The reindeers got taken out by the wind farms. Santa crashed. Some of the reindeers are probably still hanging from those wind turbines. And it looks like the sleigh's up there too. Okay, so if Santa didn't turn up this year, that's why. Concerned citizens said, NASA, we should go back. We could go, oh yeah, no, let him tell you. Okay, we could go back to the moon, but yeah, we know we'd lost the technology.
Go to the moon in a nanosecond.
Oh, what is going on here? I cannot hear anything. Why is the volume so low? Let's try this again.
Go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again. But going to Mars should be go to the moon.
Can't go to the moon, but you can go to Mars. Is that right? Is that what he's saying? And they lost the technology. They destroyed it, right? Okay. Concerned citizens said, NASA, we could go back to the moon in a nanosecond. Problem is we don't have that technology anymore. Back before the internet and mobile phones over 50 years ago, NASA had the technology. Now they don't. Also, if you believe this, I've got a piece of the moon I'm willing to sell you. NASA are the biggest frauds in human history. Call to the moon from a landline? Yeah, I don't know. Seriously? Yeah. On a landline. Logical BA said, yeah, okay, but maybe what about the original moon landing tapes? The biggest achievement in humankind history, and the tapes were lost or overwritten with Back to the Future. It's very hard to believe, hard to trust anything else that comes out of NASA at this rate. Yeah. Yep, exactly. Full of shit. Okay? Never a straight answer. That's what NASA is. Malcolm Roberts said, given Chris Bowen's widely dishonest statements and unhinged stupid statements, is he capable of feeling embarrassed? With him in charge of our electricity here in Australia, more Australians are feeling embarrassed embarrassed and fearful and anxious. Oscar Archer said embarrassing is trending. Hard to top Bowen Chris's press conference where he showed he didn't know the difference between Frontier's variable fixed decommissioning cost figure and GenCost's LCOE estimate. Implies nobody in his office does either. Okay, we've got people running the electricity that don't even know what they're doing. Can we not just get an electricity engineer in to do this job? Can we, please? One who's not biased in either side, instead of this absolute moron here. What a moron. I mean, I don't know the difference either, but I'm not a bloody MP trying to say that I'm running the electricity grid, and I'm not running the electricity grid. Oh my God. Cowboy 2B said kind of fun when Trump's timestamp leads back to another drop that includes the subject of this post. You see this one here? Well, according to the time, they went over here, right? Connected via past religious leaders, RE, who's saying we have everything. They know we do. Risk. There you go. Grant Cardone said if this list is real, everyone on it should be removed from political position immediately. Josh Dunlap said Ukrainian officials have released the kickback numbers they gave US politicians. Now, I don't know if this is real or not. And apparently, this is false. It was posted by an anonymous user to a Thai website on October 2023. Next day, it was blog posted by a conspiracy theorist. It spread from there. I don't know about these backups they've got. I don't know. Hang on, let me see. There's one that I may listen to. What's this one? Okay, well, they're saying it, so let's go back. Okay, let's have a look. Joe Biden, 92 million. Mitch McConnell, 89 million. Nancy Pelosi, 86 million. This is apparently Ukrainian officials. This is the money that they've given, they've just taken back and put in their pocket, I believe. If that's what this is. That's what they gave Ukraine all that money. Guess where it goes to? Nancy Pelosi, 86 million. Chuck Schumer, 66 million. Lindsey Graham, 82 million. Mitt Romney, 71 million. John Cornyn, 41 million. Adam Schiff, 62 million. Dan Crenshaw, 20 million. Elizabeth Cheney, 77 million. Kevin McCarthy, 42 million. Jamie Raskin, 38 million. Mike Pence, 61 million. Greg Pence, 17 million. Rick Scott, 63 million. Hakeem Jeffries, 74 million. Ilhan Omar, 33 million. And Elizabeth Warren, 42 million. There you go. The White Rabbit podcast said the most precious commodity on earth is not gold, silver, or lithium, it's carbon. Carbon equals life. The ruling classes have devised a global carbon capture industry so they can control life. The reason combustion engines are slated to go is because they generate carbon. They wish to control all carbon. It's not data that is the new oil, it's carbon. Once we are critically low on carbon and begin suffering, crops failing, life dying, they'll become the carbon dealers. Their data merely cataloguing their engineered catastrophe as it happens. They are a criminal carbon cartel seeking to control and destroy life itself. Net zero means zero access to carbon for you, and their climate lies ensuring that our intelligent species can be fooled into reducing the very thing we require for survival, willingly. Then therefore, these lunatics must be stopped. The carbon they want to get rid of is us. We are made of carbon. Okay? Just so you know. Oh, no. Face frightens me. When Juanita Broderick said, I know I have tunnel vision, but I want to see this batshit crazy lying witch brought to justice. Yes, the insane E. Jean Carroll, who says some highly questionable things. Oh, my God. She's talking about anal sex here, you sodomite. Too many good TV shows on Sunday night. My God, what do you watch? I'm a massive Apprentice fan. Watching Trump, are you? Would you have sex with Donald Trump for $17,000 even if you could? A, give the money to charity, or B, close your eyes and he's not allowed to speak? What the fuck is wrong with her? Big dick energy. Obama's got it. Putin's got it. Hang on. Maxine Waters has got it? Oh, my God. Okay. Maxine Waters. Is she a man, is she? Are you telling us something here? Lust, fame, jealousy, violently making out. Another week begins tomorrow. What the who wants to make out with that? Holy shit. Orange is the new fabulous. Miss what? I can't even read that. Money and power are the objects of a career, and sex is one of the weapons used to obtain them. How much porn should a man be allowed to watch every day? None. There's no such thing as a slut. Clearly sexual... What? Only sexual geniuses? What? Okay. Slut. That's what I get from her tweets. Sorry, but I get that she's a... Yeah. Lady of the night, nearly. Shadow of Ezra said on Christmas night, 1776, George Washington crossed the Delaware River to kill government officials for taxing his tea at 3%. And now look. Hey, does anyone remember crossing the Delaware? On a post? One of those posts on that board? Yeah. I think things are happening behind the scenes that we aren't even seeing. Libs of TikTok said, how dare we speak Merry Christmas? Thank God she lost. Listen to this insane garbage. I'm going to turn it down because I'm sure it's going to be loud. It's probably still going to be loud, so just watch your ears.
And when we all sing happy tunes and sing Merry Christmas and wish each other Merry Christmas, these children are not going to have a Merry Christmas. How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we? And when we all sing...
Oh, thank God she lost, mate. Seriously? Can you imagine it? Oh, yeah, she painted the trees, MJ. She did too, yep. It's women like that that have influenced the world the way it is right now. And then you go on and watch the whatever podcast and see that that's how they think, and you're like, oh, my God. I know not all young women are like that either. I know that. But the men don't. They think all women are like that now. And possibly a large majority are. Peter Sweden said, unbelievable. Full train collapse in Norway on Christmas Day. All trains in the entire country are standing still after a fault. We have super high taxes and the trains aren't even running. Socialism. Oh, so like the trainway didn't collapse. Like just the train stopped running. So it was like a collapse of the train system. Okay. Anti-WEF said, because the climate crisis is a scam, money laundering operation, and to the haters, no, this story was not debunked. They don't know where the money went. $41 billion worth of World Bank's climate change fund has gone missing. You still want to pay to try and change the... How is throwing money at anything going to help? What can they do with money that they can't do now? And it's not even the climate. It's just the environments that we live in. Clean it up, mate. Do you pollute? Do you knock down trees to build very large buildings and, sell that wood or anything? No, I didn't think so. Okay, we're not the ones ruining the environment, which is not the climate. The climate does what it does. There's nothing you can do to stop it. We go through ice ages. We have to come out of ice ages and warm back up so they can just go, oh, look, it's warming. The sky's falling. Okay. Don't believe it. Red Pill Drifter said, enjoy. What did Timothy McVeigh, Sirhan, Ted Kaczynski and Charles Manson all have in common? Lewis Jolyon West. MK Ultra, anyone? Is that what we're looking at here? The Secret History of MK Ultra. There you go. Operation Gladio, trying to figure out the biblical tie to it. Supposedly the Rothschilds own the charter for the State of Israel, which are one of the 13 bloodlines. Where else does this lead? What's this? Okay, we can't play it, like the music. It's a shame. Descended on Mount Hermon. "13 leaders. 13 bloodlines. House available. Okay, if you can. Yeah, okay. I can't even pronounce these. Okay, I can't without the music. I mean, I need to know what's going on here. Is there music still, or is it actually someone speaking? What is going on? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I don't know why I included that when I don't know what the hell this is about, except this bit. Okay, they all have in common this guy. I didn't bookmark it. I'm still in the same post. I'm an idiot. Oh, don't mind me. I always have a go at myself when I do silly things. Matt Gaetz said, "I'm accused of being at some party 5 years ago. Here is the gate log for that home in a community that checks driver's license for entrance. I'm not on the log. The other attendees are, but people who said they were on drugs say they remember me there. Do they also remember seeing Jimmy Hoffa there and Tupac?" Okay. The only one we can't really see is this one here. The rest we can kind of see there's no M for Matt Gaetz. As for these accusations against Matt Gaetz, I consider them worth less than nothing. Under our laws, a man is considered innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. If A.G. Garland, an unprincipled douchebag, could have secured a conviction against Gaetz, he would have, but he knew he could not. Case closed. Okay, then we got these two. Lunatics, psychopaths, I don't know, what would you call them? Oh, bring capital punishment back, seriously. Libs of TikTok say they adopted 2 kids, used them to produce child films, pimped them out to pedo rings, essayed them and abused them, and they just got 100 years in prison, which is not hard, it's not harsh enough, no. You know what needs to happen? Capital punishment. Capital punishment. Okay. Now, what's this one about? I don't know. Australia's versus the agenda, how the Australian government spent your tax dollars in 2024. I'm going to need a sip of my tea before I start this. I'm just making sure I don't get a tickle while I'm in my throat while I'm trying to read this. Okay. How the Australian government spent our tax dollars in 2024. Do we want to know? 1.3 billion on support for Ukraine. 42.5 million budget for the E-Safety Commissioner. Where's that money being laundered to? 32.5 million to the Executive Council of Australian Jury. I mean, where's all this money being laundered to? 8.5 million for the Sydney Jewish Museum. 76 million for the reopening of the Ukraine Embassy. 4 billion to improve housing in the Northern Territory. 83 million on top of the 1 billion to the ABC, with 43 million ongoing in 26 to 27. A $2 billion deal for a Moderna vaccine manufacturing centre in Melbourne, deal secured in 2022, operational in 2024. A $100 million road upgrade that connects to Anthony Albanese, our Prime Minister's $4.3 million mansion. $700,000 annual salary, 43% increase from $495,000 for Governor General of Australia. What have I missed? $600 million on Papua New Guinea to join the NRL, the National Rugby League. $90 million for the envoy to combat anti-Semitism. $140 million treaty signed with the island of Nauru. $190 million treaty with the Solomon Islands. Anything else? Victoria said $600 million for another country's football stadium and $400 million for another country's police force. $250 million to Bill Gates Global Fund per year. Both Labor and Liberals pay this. Millions to Hamas for war. Millions to Israel for the same war. We fund both sides. What is going on? Do you not see this? Do you see this? We give millions to Hamas for war and millions to Israel for the same war. They are fighting each other and we are funding this. $40 billion per annum to the Aboriginal industry, $100 million to the WHO, 650, what is it, million or thousand? To Papua New Guinea for the football stadium, also lots of money to the Paris Climate Accord, and Penny Wong promised Australia will rebuild Gaza. I think we're getting ripped off, guys. What do you think? Oh, my God. Chicago Ray said, remember when Dick Durbin demanded the ethics report on Matt Gaetz be released, but blocked the Epstein flight logs from being released out of the Judiciary Committee? RP if you want the Epstein flight logs released by incoming chair Chuck Grassley. Let's go. Let's go. Real Roberts said, just for everyone to know, the Matt Gaetz ethics report that was leaked by Democrat Rep Susan Wild, the top bitch on the House Ethics Committee, which was investigated by the Biden DOJ, and you can be certain beyond the shadow of a doubt that if there was anything, Matt Gaetz would be rotting in prison, in DOJ's prisons right now. And those who are calling out Matt Gaetz are the same scumbags who repeatedly said Hunter Biden's laptop was Russian disinformation. Besides, they have a pedo in the White House they call a president, whose daughter confesses she was assaulted by her own father in the shower as a minor at 17 years old. So did the DOJ investigate? Did anyone investigate? Now release the names of every single member of US Congress who settled their sexual harassment and rape charges on the back of the American taxpayer. New York Post, extensive Hunter Biden laptop archive with nearly 10,000 photos published on new website. Oh, God. Do we have a look? Do we want to have a look? There's one of them. Very young girl. Oh, that we know this one. Global entry. Yeah, not looking too healthy there, mate. And certainly not looking too healthy there, mate. Okay. That just took me to news.com. Okay. There you go. Okay, Doge designer said breaking. British Airways is reportedly in talks with Elon Musk's Starlink to bring high-speed Wi-Fi to its jet fleet. I can't even get Starlink here because I've got too many trees, man. Come on, man. Okay, Department of Government Efficiency said how the US government spent your tax dollars. Oh, here we go, in 2024. Here's the US one. Here we go. State Department spent $2.1 million on border security for Paraguay. USAID is spending $20 million on Alan Simpson, a new Sesame Street show in Iraq. What the fuck? The National Endowment for the Arts awarded the Bearded Ladies Cabaret a $10,000 grant to support a cabaret show on ice skates focused on climate change. That can't be all of it. We know that's not all of it. Holy shit. It's a Festivus report. Oh. Ghost towns on the government dime. The federal government spent $10 billion on maintaining, leasing and furnishing almost entirely empty buildings. A pandemic plunder. A Florida man stole $8 million in COVID relief funds to buy an island and more. Your tax dollars at play. The Department of Interior, DOI, spent $12 million on Las Vegas pickleball complex. Taxpayers fund a disinformation index. The Department of State, DOS, wasted $330,000 to fund censorship of non-liberal and conservative media. Snack attack. The Department of Health and Human Services awarded $2 million grant to study kids looking at Facebook ads about food. What in the fuck is going on? That's a lot of... wow, that's a lot of waste, man. You got to be kidding. Taxpayer dollars down the drain in Nevis, a hotel that is no longer a hotel. What is it now then? A Bath hotel. Wow. HHS spends nearly $500,000 on a study of lonely, starved rats. Jesus. Okay, anyway, I could keep going with that. Jeez, I'm going to look at that later, actually. Okay, because I'm sure there's a lot more than just this. Doge designers said the legacy media is lying. Do not believe them. Elon Musk does not want to be president. He's focused on making things that change the world. Crocs Out said Doge cannot come soon enough. Can you imagine just how much has been wasted on stuff like this over the last 50 years? $10 billion wasted on maintaining, leasing and furnishing empty buildings. Holy shit. Gunther Egerman said the IRS is full of government waste, fraud and abuse. Time for Doge to end it. Definitely. Stephen said an astonishing 96% of Australians want our own Doge. Are you one of them? Of course I am. Are you joking? The Pleb reporter said the Trudeau government employs 300 people in the Communications Department for Housing and Infrastructure. How the hell do you need 300 people for a communications department inside the Department for Housing and Infrastructure? What the fuck? What, the people doing this stuff can't just ring the other person? They need a communications department for it? Our government needs to be completely gutted like Miele did in Argentina. Canada needs a Doge ASAP. We all want a Doge now. Doge Department of Government Efficiency said the Federal Department of Education spent over $343 million for DEI programming. It's scary to think how weaponised the Department of Education has become. The only solution is to abolish the Federal Department of Education. Doge designer also said Elon Musk once offered Wikipedia $1 billion to change their name to Dickopedia, because that's what it is. Doge designer also said breaking Elon Musk confirms he's still willing to donate $1 billion to Wikipedia if they rename it Dickopedia. Oh my God. Okay, and that's where we're at for now. Okay, let's go to your comments, guys. Deb's looking forward to seeing everyone. Kai said, much love, everyone. I'll be lurking, hopefully medication-induced anorexia from so many med changes and just flat out depressed. So far, milk tastes all right, thinking of quitting meds. Oh, Kai, you poor thing. Deb said, what an emotional roller coaster ride the last few days. Still a ways to go. Deb said, the intro music's been playing in my head all night. Hey, Sherry, how you going? Good to see ya. Carl, how you going? And Shannon and Dell and good evening. The people aware of Tyranny 2025 from London, which has fallen. Alex said, we have liftoff. Everyone's saying hello to Carl as well. Paul said, hello, everyone. Mark Sexton said London. Oh, is it London or England? England in their house. Del Strange say Keithy's done himself a mischief. Botany Bay on tour. And Nunya Bizzo said, oi. Shannon said heavy vehicles use low gear. Oh, yeah, I did read that one. Out to lunch said it. Donna's mum's dad. See you all soon. Alex said, hope everyone had a lovely Christmas. It just jumped on me. There you go. I was waiting for that. I can't go back any further than this. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said there's medication for this. Deb said, I love car madness. Randy said, I'm a piston pundit. Randy said, no replacement, FOF displacement. Alex said, that password manager was hacked and leaked, so I found out when I was trying to find the password. I didn't even know it was saving my passwords. We need good old-fashioned pen and paper back, lol. I agree, Alex. Out of sight dynamite, how you going? They know all of it too. The password, username, have the face logged with it, and they know who everyone is. They're just playing that they don't so they can study people and how they react. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said, I'm piston broke, as Kenny Everett said once. His piston broke. Yeah, I know how you feel, Stuart. I know. Starchild said she's gotten done. That was hilarious. Oh, that woman. Yep. Shannon said, so you gave Google all your passwords, Deb. Real smart. Don't worry. They know them regardless. Yeah, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. They've got it all. Alex said, car rage, Deb. Deb said, I remake a lot of passwords. I can't remember them, man. I go and go, right, is this one the one with the 1, or is this the one with the E or the I or the G or the, like, what the fuck? I don't know. Alex said, yeah, it's all been done under the radar, out of sight dynamite. Deb said, they're all a bit soft in the head, Alex. Randy said, at taxpayer expense. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said, Elon Trump and Donald Musk. I've got a cough. Hang on a sec, guys. Okay. Just didn't want to cough in your ear like I did last time. Okay. Alex said, yeah, it's all been done under the radar, out of sight dynamite. Deb said they're all a bit soft in the head, Alex. Randy said at taxpayer expense. I read them. And Stuart's one. Out of sight dynamite said, righto on the pen and paper, Alex. Oh, God love you.
SW tipped $5. Roland was a warrior from the land of the midnight sun with a Thompson gun for hire. Fighting to be done. The deal was made in Denmark on a dark and stormy day, so he set out for Biafra to join the bloody fray. Through 66 and 7 they fought the con.
I'm guessing that's a song. I don't know, but I'm guessing that's what it is. Thank you, SW. God love you, you're a legend. Okay, where was I up to? Stuart Nunya Bizzo said they're all Freemasons. Shannon said Trump was still in power. Who was he insurrecting against? Himself? Randy said, I like fires. I like fires when it's freezing cold outside and you've got a fire going inside, you know, those type. Even bonfires, but when it's cold, not when it's hot like this. Deb said, and Brandon's still on holiday while Mrs. Brandon runs the country. Obama must be on holiday too. Alex said, I'm moving further and further away from technology. I know I'm on the laptop now, but I hardly ever use my phone and I'm not on social media apart from YouTube. There you go. Out of sight dynamite said, yep, Alex, and it's taken a while for people to even accept that it's happening. I found out ahead of most by simply walking in a shop and the guy behind the counter called me by name before I said, oh, really? Alex said, I'd rather be on land somewhere tending to my animals and fruit and veg I've grown myself. Me too. Randy said, why was Hunter Biden pardoned for what Trump was impeached for? Out of sight dynamite said a word and he showed me the facial recognition camera and told me all about it. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said, not if a court orders it. They have to get a court order. What was that for? For facial recognition. Alex said, that's really creepy. I would have dumped my shopping and walked out. It's so invasive. But it's being shoved on us so fast, people don't have time to think about it. Out of sight dynamite. MJ said, wow. Alex said, what shop and country was that? Out of sight dynamite? Deb said, we can all forgive, just like the Sarah Boone case. Killer forgave everyone with a fuck you as forgiveness. Exactly, Deb. She forgives the people on social media and on YouTube for talking about her and saying she was guilty when we could see it because she videotaped the actual incident, idiot. Anyway, not you, Deb, Sarah Boone. Out of sight and dynamite said, I know, Alex, I even told people about it and everyone thought it wasn't possible and that I was a conspiracy theorist and now they're blown away. Deb said, hey, MJ. Yeah, how you going, MJ? Good to see ya. Shannon said, soon the fridge doors will not open for you if your social credit score isn't good enough. Exactly. Smart fridges, smart TVs, smart things are stupid. Seriously. They will stop you from doing stuff. Gigi, how you going? Good morning, heaven, fellow Hevites lurking whilst working. Randy said, I got an old fridge. Yeah, I've got an old fridge too. Out of sight and dynamite said it's almost scary to see people just starting to come around to how bad it actually is. It is. I can't believe people have taken this long. But, you know, that's how it goes. And we tried to tell them, but they just called us crazy. Hey. Great. Alex said, as always the way, you can't tell people. People only realise when it affects them. And by then, it's usually already here and too late. I've been trying to tell people for years, out of sight dynamite. Yeah, out of sight dynamite said, Shannon, we can live with our fridge. Fresh is best, even if we have to catch it, skin it, cook it ourselves. Alex said, I hope you don't get it. If it's like anything like the one I've had, it goes on and on for weeks. No, I've managed to keep it away. I'm slowing down on the sneezing now. I'm not sneezing as much. I've still got a little bit of a blocked nose, but I have not had the flu. It's only a mild cold. It's just that my back was hurting. And I understand now why my back was hurting as well, because I have started doing stomach exercises and back exercises. And I was wondering why these two side parts of my back were hurting, like it was either side, you know. It wasn't the middle of the back, it was the sides. And I'm wondering why the sides were hurting. I don't think it was my kidneys either. I think it was just the exercises I was doing were working muscles that hadn't been worked in a very long time, and they ached afterwards. That's what I think happened this week with my back. Okay. Shannon said, not just the fridge, they wanted to put doors with facial recognition on all the shelves. Great. Deb said, I hope Menacing's getting better too. Yeah, much love to Menacing Muskrat. Stuart and Anya Bizzo said, plenty of rabbits about to skin and cook up. Yep. Alex said, yeah, me too, Deb. Sending love and prayers to anyone that needs it right now. Yep. Randy said, don't trust big pharma, governments, news corps, politicians, famous people, sports players. Exactly. Don't trust any of them. That's why I wait and see. I wait and see what happens. Like with the Vivek and Elon, you know, people were going off all over the place. And I thought, no, I want to see what's going on here. So I waited and I looked and I had another look and I had another look and I went, oh, okay. People are getting emotional and jumping on it. Deb said, yum, rabbit stew. I've never had rabbit stew. Stuart and Anya Bizzo said, rabbit stew. Actually, my surname is Warren. Okay, now don't get cheeky. Randy said, venison. Oh, I'd love to taste venison. I haven't tasted that either. Shannon said, I think it was Kamala's cocaine in the White House. Deb's laughing at Warren. Alex said, I'm sure I saw a video of Trump saying he would release everything apart from the Epstein list as he didn't want to ruin reputations of anyone still alive. I hope he releases it anyway, regardless. Did he actually say that, or did the news say that he said that? That's what I'd like to know. We want to know. People want to know. You can't hold it back. Out of sight and dynamite said first they drugged the people, now they're drugging the animals. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said, Deb, enough already, okay? And Deb said, my mum loves venison. Shannon said, rabbit is subterranean chicken. Randy said, me too. Alex said, I can't remember where I saw it. It was a good few weeks ago. MJ said, watch Dr. Pol. They put a special form in through their tummy. If through their tummy they die, they don't fart. They roll the cows if their stomachs flip or tie it with stitches. It's utterly ridiculous. Oh, my goodness. Deb said, do not fix something that's not broken. Out of Sight and Dynamite said, I love the smell cow farts in the morning. I'm actually hearing that cows don't fart. That's why they have like 3 or 4 stomachs or however many they have. Deb said, please lock up the people fucking with our food. Randy said, I prefer deer farts. Like people who've lived around cows all their life, seriously. Do cow farts smell? Do you hear the cows farting? Stuart Nunya Bizzo said they sell possum meat in a fancy supermarket in Heidelberg. Yeah, nah. Out of Sight and Dynamite said, agree, Deb. MJ said, Gates' biggest farmland owners, second Mormons, go figure, they fart. Out to Lunch said, well, they're putting mRNA in pork, I've heard. Randy said, just saw opossum in my backyard. Deb said, oh, my God, I live with cow around us. What the hell are they talking about? Alex said, I've just tried to find it, and he says he will vow to release it if elected, so hopefully it was an AI video or something like that I saw. Those names need to come out in a P. Diddy list. Yeah, because everything I've heard from Trump and Elon and the rest of them is release the names. That's what I'm hearing. That's all I'm hearing. I'm not hearing withhold anything. I'm hearing release the names. We all want to know who's on the Epstein list, who's on the Diddy list. We all want to know what's going on. And the Podestas and Hillary and all that stuff. Deb said, I'm lucky to have fresh kill. Randy said, look out, Deb, cow farts are going to get you. Alex said, that's horrendous, that poor woman. People are really so apathetic these days. I would have been straight on her trying to save her even if I got hurt in the process. Me too, Alex. I have a big problem. I'm 5'2". I'm a little person, right? But I would be, if something's wrong in society, like even in front of me, I will jump in. I can't help myself. It's like I need a man to drag me back and say, hey, you're too small. You can't do this. But I would still try to help that lady. I would take off clothes and throw them on her, trying to put out the fire if I had to. You'd see naked emergency. It'd be a naked emergency, man. Seriously. Anything you can find to put it out. Seriously. And how did she catch fire so quickly? Like, did you sit there for ages with a lighter on her clothes? Or what happened there? I really want to know more details. Out of Sight and Dynamite said, I think Diddy's going to be CEO'd by Luigi. They're in the same Fed playpen. There you go. I don't think Luigi did it. I don't know. I think he's a scapegoat. Deb said, we moved into the city and the farts are far worse. Out to Lunch said, has the price of coal gone up because I got less this year? Exactly. Out to Lunch. I feel for you, mate, seriously. Alex said, Turdo Castro. Deb said, yeah, Out to Lunch. MJ said, with parents like that? Alex said, cringe, dressed like Tigger. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said, love child. Out to Lunch said, hi, beautiful Deb, how are you? Deb said, yes, they laughed while we are on fire. Randy said, she did Keith Richards. Ooh. MJ said his mum did everything, everyone. Yeah, apparently. How would she know whose child that is? Out of Sight and Dynamite said, I get all my information inside this time of year. Alex said, I didn't know that. Let's hope all the cameras stay on Diddy and he sings like a canary. Out of Sight Dynamite. Randy said, Trudeau have to pay to get laid. Deb said, I like it when a lady sounds much like our menacing, giving it to Trudeau, giving truth just as if menacing was in that meeting. And Deb's laughing at Randy. Randy said, Sophie Trudeau left because he liked boys. There you go. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said, I hope Cynthia's okay with her house hunting. Yes, Cynthia and Luna with her little twins. God love her. MJ said, gaslighter. Yes, that woman. NPR is pure propaganda, said Sybil. How you going, Sybil? And Randy? Good to see you guys. Yeah, I agree, Sybil. NPR is pure propaganda, and so is that lady. Alex said, like that TikTok bloke who sprayed poison over everyone's food. That's why I would love to grow my own. At least I know where it's all come from and will be grown with love, Deb. Yep, exactly. Randy said, we are the news. Exactly. Alex said, gaslighters everywhere, MJ. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said, my mechanic doesn't get back from holidays till the 16th. And then it'll still take him a few days at least. Garura, no car still. Oh, no, Stuart. MJ said she needs to choke on a microphone. Yes, she does. Out to lunch said 5-gallon bucket gardens are possible. G'day, Zal. How you going? Good to see ya. Out of sight dynamite said, fix it yourself, Stuart. Randy said, that's why I got 2 cars. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said, hey, Zal. Randy said, 5 motorcycles. Well, you won't run out of transport, will you? Alex said, I know. Hopefully he can fix it fast when he's back and it'll be great when you get it back. It's horrible not having a vehicle, Stuart. Yeah. Out to lunch said, Sick Willie. Yeah, that's what I called him. It's Slick Willie, but I called him Sick Willie. Well, he is, isn't he? Didn't he go to Epstein Island quite a few times? Oh, I don't know. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said, Alex, since April. Oh, really? You haven't had a car since April? Holy guacamole. Randy said, hey, Zal. Alex said that Clinton kill list gets bigger and bigger. It does, doesn't it? Zal said, g'day, Randy. Alex said, oh, wow, that's a long time, Stuart. Yeah. Out of sight and dynamite said, Randy, I just carry tools in the car and hope I'm close enough to get parts if I need them. Zal said, how many times did he shoot him? Oh, 2 or 3. That's what it sounded like. Maybe more. I don't know. Deb said, yes. I hope our Cynthia's okay too. Out of sight and dynamite said, 6, Zal. Alex said, why was he trying to get in? Apparently they kicked him out. It was his daughter's boyfriend, and the boyfriend would not, he was stalking her apparently. He was harassing the shit out of her. So, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Like, people need to be aware, castle doctrine, right? That's why when I say, like, with the assault that happened to me, I went there, okay? My fault. Okay? Castle doctrine. You go to someone else's house where they're yelling, screaming, starting trouble, whatever, breaking in. I wasn't breaking in. I was just arguing, but anyway. Whether you're breaking in or, that's what castle doctrine is. People have got to learn and take responsibility for their own actions and not get so, because the guy sort of looked either high or drunk to me, the young man trying to get in. And people need to also learn how to control themselves. If you get drunk to the point you don't know what you're doing, maybe you can't do that. You better know what you're doing because you might end up dead. Doing the wrong thing. Oh, Timmy. God love you.
Timar28 tipped $40. Merry Christmas, Hev and everyone. Orthodox Christmas isn't upon us until the 7th, so I still say Merry Christmas. LOL.
Oh, God love you. Timmy, you legend. Merry Christmas to you too. And, yep, whatever day, doesn't matter. Still Merry Christmas, everybody. We can say it from September through till January if you want. I don't mind. Let's go. Let's just make this year Merry Christmas, eh? Alex said, why was he trying to get in? Yeah, I believe he was harassing, he was stalking the young girl, okay? And the family had already told him he wasn't allowed back there, and that's what happened. But that is castle doctrine, okay? So, I get it. And I think people need to take responsibility for themselves so that this doesn't happen to them because they are out of control. So there's a lot of lessons going to be happening, I think, in the near future. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said, I don't think he was actually going to hurt her. I don't know. Stuart? He was apparently stalking her, so I don't know. MJ said, Zal said, go the Doge. MJ said, Leon sucks, be careful, he'll chip you. Are you talking about Elon, MJ? No, he's not chipping me. Deborah said, make plenty of capsicum spray. It's very easy to make. Have plenty of spray ready. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said he kept firing as he was clearly no longer a threat either. Yeah, well, look, either way, that'll go to court and, you know. But I do agree with Castle Doctor. If someone's trying to break into your house and you have already told them they are not allowed in your house, then that's wrong. Out to Lunch said there is less lethal option. You can buy pepper ball guns. Oh, that'd be interesting. How about rubber bullets? Out of Sight and Dynamite said trust the junk science, Hev. Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't trust pseudoscience. Alex said, yes, sending love and prayers to Cynthia. I messaged Dealey on her YouTube the other day as I've not seen her for a good while. I hope she's okay. Love and God bless to her. Maria, how you going? Merry Christmas. Hev, Merry Christmas to you too, Maria. Good to see you. Deb said, look, nothing new under the sun. Earth have had many changes over time. Exactly. We go through ice ages and then we have to warm up again. But it's very easy to sell people an idea, especially when it's a fear campaign. Quick, pay money or you're going to die, because that's what they're doing. Pay the government money or you're going to die from climate change. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you're learning, but throwing money at a problem doesn't make it any better for some reason when the government do. Oh, God love you, Deb.
Deb's tipped $3.11. Merry Christmas, Heaven, all the Hevites. Thank you all for an awesome year together. Thank you all for your loving support, Hevites.
Oh, God love you. And thank you. Deb, you're a legend. And Michelle, you're a legend too. Thank you. Hang on, just let me go back here for a sec while I check and make sure for you. That way you know it's gone in as well. Just checking. Maybe it hasn't popped up yet, Michelle. Merry Christmas, have Stripe gift. It hasn't come through yet. May take a while. I don't know. But yeah, nothing's come through yet, Michelle. Thank you, though. You're a legend. God bless you. Okay, back to the screen for a minute. I'll check again in about 5-10 minutes. Okay, because I'm not sure how quick it comes up after that. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said, or a sauce squeeze bottle with some petty and a lighter. No, I shall not encourage you at all. I remember, didn't hairspray cans used to do something like, I don't know. I wouldn't trust it, like probably blow up my hand knowing me. Randy said, calls sea level for a reason, never changes. Deb said, I did not know Dealey has YouTube. Out of Sight Dynamite said, got to make sure they don't live to sue you for everything you own. Out to Lunch. Deb said, we are visualising Cynthia having somewhere nice to live. Oh, definitely. God love her. Stuart Nunya Bizzo says, some poor bloke, 19-year-old, blew himself up fooling around with fireworks Christmas Day. Yeah, well, you know, like, I don't know. You got to be careful. You got to know what you're doing, I suppose. And you take the chance playing with explosives that may go bad for you. Alex said, hey, Maria, hope you had a Merry Christmas. Deb said, yes. Now you cannot be a Christian. Hey? Out of Sight and Dynamite said, Deb, we have them. We all have them. Deb said, this is a spiritual war also. Zal said, one of my Muslim neighbours down the road wished me Merry Christmas yesterday. Most have no issue with Christmas, only white liberals do. There you go. Alex said, like, I don't mind people who come here legally. It's the illegal people that are swamping our countries right now. Alex said, they're trying to stamp out Christianity like history repeating itself. I heard that by 2030, Ramadan will apparently be on Christmas Day too. Deb said, I love that water guns have become high tech now. Deb said, mumbler. Del said, Santa classed as a pikey. MJ said, Kubrick died. Yep. Randy said, moon is plasma. Alex said they lost the technology and laughing. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said, where'd you go, Deb? Just fill it with some petrol. What could go wrong? Oh, dear. Yep, Dell said the same thing I did. NASA, never a straight answer. Exactly. Out of Sight and Dynamite said, Rip Kubrick. Yeah, he apparently filmed it. What we see as the moon landing anyway. Out to Lunch said, landline calling space. I think it is possible even then. Do you? I don't know. They didn't have mobile phones back then. Unless they did and just didn't tell the public about it. Alex said, yeah, I think it's the extremists that are doing it, Zal. Zal said, unfortunately, Bowen is local to me. On the good side, we won't have any blackouts. Yeah, because if he lives in your suburb, he'll make sure that your suburb doesn't have blackouts. Zal said, both sides. I reckon Alex and the activists masquerading as media. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said, ground control to Major Tom. Commencing countdown, engines on. Deb said, I do like hairspray a lighter. Even better now, extended lighters. Out to Lunch said, have you seen videos of light flashing? No, I had a bit of a light flashing show this morning, but it was a thunderstorm. Alex said, the Asian lady in the shop I went to had a Christmas jumper on the other day. Yeah, look, people who come in and integrate into the country, perfect. No problem at all. People who come in and want to build mosques and shit in your country, no, go home. See ya. People who want to come in and change your country, no, go home. See you later, mate. But people who come in and integrate into the country and want to be, say, if I went to America and I want to be American, I want to live by their tradition. If I come to Australia, I want to live like an Australian. Their traditions, you know. Pavlova on Christmas and stuff like that, you know. Randy said lock de-icer or quick start or WD-42. Unfortunately, my WD-40's all blocked up right now and only a big long squirt comes out. That didn't sound right. But maybe that's a good thing because you've got to aim the thing at whatever you're spraying it at, so you kind of need a big long squirt. Whoops. That just did not sound right at all, did it? Deb said there's something wrong. Out to Lunch said street lights. It's because China has the finger in. Oh, really? MJ said Hornet spray is better. The force is there, lol. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said initiative, Deb. Good. Alex said, yes, I wish they would all just let us get on with our lives in peace and leave us alone, Zal. There are two types of people in this world, Alex. There are those of us that want to be left alone, and there are the people that won't leave us alone, and they just happen to all be working for government and Hollywood and on TV, in the media, everywhere, in all important aspects of life, and they won't leave us alone. Deb said, so much fun as kids. Randy said, silly string flammable. Out to Lunch at oh, well, yeah, could have been that, yeah. Out to Lunch at manufacturing of electric grid. Deb said, back in the day when you could go shooting shit in the bush. Yes, exactly. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said, Deb, remember the 10-shooter Roman candles? They were the best assault weapons to shoot at people. Oh, no. Stuart, you didn't go shooting them at people, did you? Alex said, Ukraine's been the biggest money-washing operation for a long time. Sal said, we're their carbon footprint. Yeah, exactly. We're the carbon they want to get rid of. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said, yes, Deb, I shot a lot. Sybil said, money laundering for war manufacturing all belonged to Soros, stolen American tax dollars. Exactly. Randy said, carbon dioxide is plant food. Exactly. Flyby Stew said, live or live. Live or live. We're live and we're living. Flyby Stew. Definitely. So no matter which way that one was meant, we are. MJ said, that's a man. Which one are we talking about? Deb said, hey, Flyby Stew. Zal said it's also been to expose the trafficking network run out of Ukraine. Yep. And under it. Yep. Deb said, do it for free. Alex said, E. Jean Carroll looks a bit like Glug Glug Pelosi. Yeah, if you put a brown wig on her, she would look a lot like Pelosi. MJ said Deb and laughing. Deb's laughing. Randy said, ooh. Zal said they've all got those mad eyes. Alex said, hey, Flyby Stew. Zal said, where's Shannon when you need him, eh, Deb? Del said, Bathhouse Barry and Mickey Dick piping up again. Yes, that's a good name for them. Bathhouse Barry and Mickey Dick. Flyby said, I didn't even see Christmas Day, for fuck's sake. Oh, no. I did. I was flat out cooking for the first half of it and then flat out driving to get to where I needed to go. And there was heaps of food. My daughter cooked heaps of food. I cooked not just egg sandwiches, but I ended up cooking a satay chicken and rice. There was too much food. We couldn't eat it all. Always leftovers after Christmas. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said the lights are burning bright, but nobody's home. And Deb said, and the rest, Alex? Out to lunch, said, I watch when I'm showing. Alex said, is that the woman who was painting her trees ages? Yes, painting them blue. Randy said, sexual overachiever. MJ said, yes, she painted trees. Out to lunch, said, yes, Alex, she did. Alex said, oh, I thought so. She was a weirdo back then. Out to lunch said, painting trees so far up is probably okay. Del said, she's batshit in man suit. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said she's doing a Greta. The woman is just nuts. That E. Jean Carroll is absolutely freaking nuts. Flyby Stu said, Alex, what day is it, for fuck's sake? I don't know. It's the 27th here in Australia. Sybil said, Harris is a drunk. Yep. Sal said, g'day, gents. Flyby Stu and Dell. Out to lunch said, some Beatles is a deterrent. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said, the knit bloody woolen blankets to wrap around trees in the main streets. Sheesh. What? Who's doing that? Why aren't they knitting people jumpers to wear or scarves and beanies and things? And hand them out to homeless people. Alex said, what about the countless people's lives Camel Toe has ruined? Oh, yeah, I got it, yep. How dare she even speak about anything? Stuart Nunya Bizzo said, when was cutting down a tree a crime? Sheesh. Oh, here it is in Australia. Alex said, I know, mate, I'm all over the place this week. I thought it was Sunday today. It's bloody Thursday, though, Flyby Stew. I thought it was Saturday this morning, nearly. And then I realised, no, it's Friday. It's okay. Settle down, woman. It's okay. Out to lunch said, where I live, they burnt down a hotel from 1800 to make it a parking lot. Oh. MJ said, dang good tune. Out to lunch said, Google map location. Oh, God love you.
Timar28 tipped $10. They've had cell phones since the 60s. The US military had them. Motorola demonstrated the first civilian cell phone in 1973. Technically the tech goes back to the 40s. I dorked out
on this a few nights ago. Oh, well done, Timmy. I didn't know that. They've had cell phones since the 60s. The military had them. And Motorola demonstrated the first civilian cell phone in 1973. Technically, the tech goes back to the 40s. I dorked out on this a few nights ago. Wow. God love you, Timmy, you legend. Good on you for doing the research. I had no idea. I remember when Maxwell Smart came on the scene and we were laughing at his shoe phone saying, yeah, that'll be what, in the future, that's what we're going to have. Wow. Excellent. Good on you, you legend. Zhao said, our climate is not natural. It is created for us. There never were ice ages like we're told. Ice was created to reset us through technology to send any survivors back to cavemen. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said there's local law forbidding the removal of any native trees unless within 15 metres from house, dickheads. Exactly, Stuart Nunya Bizzo. Up here in the Blue Mountains, you are not allowed to remove trees unless you get council approval to remove the trees. And I'm telling you, it's 3 Ds: dead, dying, or damaged trees, right? Dead, dying, or damaged. No? Yeah, something like that. It's the 3 Ds anyway. Dead, diseased, or damaged, sorry. Dead, diseased, or damaged. And there's a few in my backyard that I could claim that, but I don't want to cost the owners a fortune because it costs like a lot of money to chop down one tree here. It is ridiculous. Stuart Nunubizzo said, but they can go in and clear out thousands of acres of pristine bush. Fuck off. Yeah, exactly, Stuart. Out to lunch said those folks may get capital in jail. Out to lunch said Biden can pardon them. No, I don't think that. I think everything Biden's done has to be reversed. He hasn't been running things for the last 4 years. Stuart Nunubizzo said, just cut the thing down and say it was a bad storm or an accident. Yeah, exactly, Stuart. Sal said, where's all that money come from? Taxpayers. MJ is smacking her head. You know, that little smack your head emoji? Yep, that one. Zal said, I'd love to see the breakdown of the spending forecasting. Yeah, I'd love to see it too, Zal. Deb said, what about health well-being of the Australian people? Exactly. That doesn't factor into the government. They're not worried about that. They just tried to kill everybody. They're not worried about the health of Australian people. Oh, that's asking a bit too much there, Deb. I think we're asking a bit too much. Sal said, then question the approval process. Sal said, who, Deb? Deb said, please does the word that comes to mind have? Sherry, how you going? And why are we giving away money to BG? Let him go earn his own damn money. Exactly. Bill Gates doesn't need our damn money. Sherry, or yours, you know, like from many of our countries. Sal said, plenty of grit and graft going around if you're in the club. Yeah, exactly. That's who's profiting off this. Out to lunch said, who takes these pictures? Deb said, yeah, that right. We are cattle here just to fund our pathetic government friends of the world. Alex said, I think I'd rather be the trees providing privacy and oxygen than to have Starlink, Hev. Yeah, no, there's plenty of trees around me, but yeah, I you know, I'd like to just take the top off some of them. And then they wouldn't be such a danger either. Alex said, did you say the trees around you are gum trees or something like that? I love massive trees. Yeah, I love them when they're not called widow makers, Alex, because they fall down a lot and branches fall off them and crush cars and houses and things like kill people, you know. I wouldn't mind so much probably. MJ said, so they study themselves? I don't know. Deb said they could come into the community studying all the people in the same condition. Out to lunch at empty building, well, there are your homeless homes. Yeah, how do they do that, hey? Okay, back to where we are. Stuart Nunubizzo said they can produce carbon dioxide at night too, Alex, to help us sleep snugly. Dioxide. Tree farting. Flyby Stu said, hello. Hello, Flyby Stu. How you going? Good to see ya. Deb said, yes, and all the country towns that are abandoned on purpose. Yeah, look, show me where there is a ghost town and I'll go there. Yep, I'll go there. I'll start making something, I don't know. I need people with me. Obviously, I can't do it on my own because I'm short and worthless, really. Maybe at physical things, you know. Like, I'll have a go, but, you know, I don't think I can do what a man could do. That's what I'm saying. Alex said, trees are amazing and apparently are all connected via the mycelium network under them, Stuart. Yep. Alex said, it's apparently called the Wood Wide Web. Alex said, awesome, Stuart, none your biz. Stuart said, Roland the Thompson Gunner, Warren Zevon.
SW tipped $5. If you're gone, maybe it's time to come home. There's an awful lot of breathing room, but I can hardly move. If you're gone, baby, you need to come home. Come home, there's a little bit of something, me in everything in you.
Sorry, I'm sipping my cuppa. I know that song, but I can't think of what it is. God love you, SW, you legend. But I don't know what the lyrics are familiar. but I just can't think of what it is. Okay, Deb said, let us all go hug a tree to get a great exchange of loving energy. Blow me away when I did it for the first time. It's part of my massage healing work. Tree take negative energy away and gives, wow. Alex said, maybe that's why it feels so good to be around and touch trees, because somewhere down the network it's still connected to God's tree of life. And Deb's blowing little whistles and SW, good on ya. Stuart said, Deb, I love climbing them and spent many years hugging and hanging out of them. Even built little houses up in them like a nesting bird. Yeah, I used to love climbing trees when I was little. Deb said, the trees are what grounds us. Out to lunch said, we're stupid to have smart technology. We are. Deb said, yes, we do not know the benefits of being in nature. Deb said, Shannon's fish looked really good. Yes, they did. He caught a few fish while he was away. Alex said, I was always climbing and spending time in trees, running around barefoot, running in the rainstorms when I was little. I'd love to get back to doing that, as I always felt better, Deb. Sybil said, Stuart, climbing trees was the best. There used to be much higher apple trees. Do you remember any? Used to be much bigger apple trees. Do you remember any? Shannon said, I'm back. Sorry, a mate came around. That's cool, Shannon. Deb said, it takes a while to balance back and tummy muscles. Yes, it does, Deb. I think that's what got me in the back. I was doing stomach and back workout, and I just think I moved muscles that haven't seen movement in a very long time because they bloody well hurt. Deb said it takes a while. Oh, yeah, I read that one. Stuart Nunya Bizzo I was wondering if Shannon got any or if they got him. What type was it, Deb? Kai said, night, guys. Love you all. You too, Kai. Have a good one. Shannon said, gave them some fish. Alex said, welcome back, Shannon. Deb said, good night, Kai and Mrs. Kai. Alex said, good night, take care. And God bless. Hope you feel better soon. Love to you and Tony Kai. Deb said snook and whiting is what they caught, the fish they caught. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said, yes, but pine trees got us higher and were easier to climb. Yep. Shannon said, garfish, salmon, trout, trevally, and Tommy Ruff as well. Ooh, yum. Alex said, I'm sure it was a video of Trump saying, but I can't find it now. Only videos that said he vows to release it, so I hope he does, and the video is a fake or something. Yeah. Sal said that methane thing about cows is completely false. Sal said, never fear, Mr. Spear is here. G'day, mate. Sal said, laters, Kai. Deb said, yes, we all had fruit trees, apple, blackberry, almonds, lemons, never had show on unless we went out all day long in nature. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we did not. Like, it was only night time. You'd have the TV on. Sherry said, cows do not fart. They have 4 stomachs. There you go. Stuart said, we used to climb right to the tippy top on a windy day and it was gas blown in the air. I got a bit hairy at times, but that was the fun. Out to lunch said Anthony Weiner too, yes. Deb said, yes, our favourite troll, Shannon. Where's Timmy? He's here now. Alex said, you can definitely smell it in the air when they've been muck spreading for the crops. Billy should be used to smelling that. He speaks enough shit. Yeah. Deb said, stop, drop and roll. Yeah, if you're on fire. Sherry said, horses do fart, but not cows. I'm surprised they haven't gone after the horses. And Sybil said, hi there, Hev. How you going? Sybil, good to see ya. Shannon said, stop, drop and troll. MJ said, Sherry, the female horses provide their hormones they need. That's why 100% the truth. Deb said, yes, I'll have to stop all animals from farting. Alex said, how's your granddaughter? Did they end up sending her home, Sherry? Yeah. How is she, Sherry? Stuart Nunya Bizzo said, I wish it was a gearbox rebuild, up on a hoist and a Land Rover too, basically truck running gear. Oh. MJ said they love their equine men on horse statues. There's a reason. Female horses provide hormones when preggers for them. Zal said, cuppa time. Stuart Nunya Bizzo said it's 95 total rebuild. It's about 10,000. Zal said, shake, rattle and troll. Alex said, awesome, Timmo, Merry Christmas. MJ said, yep, remember the girl called him Leon? I peed, it was hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, I don't trust fully Elon either. I don't want a chip in my head, thank you very much. Yeah. So, but I still do, like, I agree when they do something right. Hang on, I'm going to cough again. Hang on a sec. Okay. Stuart and Anya Bizzo said, I'm already planning my trip straight up the guts to Cooktown, 33 hours and loving it. Alex said, that's interesting, MJ. I thought all animals farted. My cats certainly do. Sherry said, yes, Alex, she was ready to come. They give epidural and everything. Baby changed her mind. This world is too crazy. Oh, wow. Alex said, maybe they should shut down all the chemical pollution plants before picking on the animals. Oh, Michelle, okay, Merry Christmas, have a stripe gift. What I'm going to do is go back to the welcome screen for a sec while I recheck to make sure it's come through. Might take a while, that's all, to show up. Oh, God love you, Michelle. Oh, goodness, was that you? Oh, God love you. I just got to check something. Yep, God love you. Honestly, Michelle, you're a legend. There you go. It did come up. Okay, back to the screen again. Okay. Merry Christmas, have a stripe gift. God love you. MJ said, cows don't fart. Yeah, Alex, my kitty is horrible. Alex said, sure, that would clean up the air a lot faster. They could make their money. They would make their money then. Michelle App said, hi all. Good to see you, Michelle. Alex said, awesome, Deb. Stuart said, nah, Deb. And Deb said, Michelle, with love hearts and trees. And everyone's saying, hello, Michelle. Awesome, Michelle. Oh, God love you.
SW tipped $5. Remember the times when we were kids playing war games in your yard? Everybody had to be a hero and get one in the heart. Night would fall and we'd call a truce and all go home. Years went by, we were average guys playing life by the rule of thumb.
Yeah, that one's familiar too. But I can't think of the bloody how it goes. All right, sing it. God love you, SW. Thank you, you legend. Alex said, yeah, I know. I heard they actually burp. We are always being fed lies, MJ, stinky kitties. Out to lunch said dog farts. Oh, yeah, they're bad. Deb said, I love how he says Hevites. How does he say it? Hevites? Stuart and Anya Bizzo, sparrows fart. MJ said little birds, little bayouts. Alex said, love them all regardless, farts and all. Out to lunch said hummingbird farts. Out to lunch said beetle farts. MJ said hummingbirds are perfect. Out to lunch said bee farts. Hey, Pat, how you going? You had a message retracted there. Sherry said, nice, don't fart. Put baking soda on food for them, it'll end them. It really works. Deb said, hello, our beautiful Pat. Sherry said, mice. Alex said, I heard NASA moon landing were relying on one man who was taking the phone call, so I can believe how people were fooled when they say, how could everyone be working on it or be in on it? MJ said, oh, my God. Deb said, you need some UB40 to fix your UB40. Deb said, not to be confused by the band. Alex said, Deb, and laughing. Out to lunch said, how about the drones? I haven't heard much about them. They seem to have gone off the radar. Not literally, but metaphorically speaking. Pat said, do you hear the cows farting? Sounds like a good name for a movie. Stuart and Anya Bizzo said, shit, yes, have not all the face, though. We had wars. It was a lot of fun too. Jumping Jack Flash. Ah, yes. Sybil said, thanks, Hev. Alex said, I wonder if Jean Carroll played Pelosi when we all thought she looked a bit different. Maybe she just put a wig on. MJ said, leftovers is good. Sucks when there is none. Yep. Deb said, I couldn't choose where to start. So much food. Oh, yeah, we had like, oh my goodness. My daughter went mad. Like, she made everything herself from scratch, and it was amazing. Deb said, Alex, the world is a stage. Deb said, brick wall. Alex said, awesome, Timmy. Deb said, yes, they have military technology. MJ said, shoe phone was real then. Alex said, yes, and all the men and women are merely players. Each has its part, Deb. How did I not know that they had mobile phones? Like, I don't know. Just didn't hear about it. Deb said, how lucky are we to have such a knowledgeable Timmy? Yeah, good on you for doing your research, Timmy. Alex said, funny how mysterious fires happen on grade-listed old buildings when they want to knock it down and not allowed. Yeah, exactly. Alex is dropping the S. Stuart on your bizzo said, Timmy, remember the brick Motorola? My mate had one early 90s. Deb said, in my home growing up, it was the 4Ds, Daddy, Donna, Debbie, and Dummy. Deb said, God bless you, Timmy. Deb said, we only get technology when the military are finished with it and have moved on to better stuff. Yes. And Deb said, ground control to Major Tom. Timmy said, wait, you mean to tell me if someone owns their property, the freaking government can ban you for removing it? I have 14 trees on my property and I'll be damned if I was required to get permission. I get you, Timmy. I know. It's the council. So the government have handed it down to the councils. The councils are all gone green and climate change zealot nuts, right? And so, yeah, you're not allowed to cut down a tree unless you get permission. You've got to pay the council to get that permission. So they get cut, right? Then you've got to pay a tree lopper to come and cut your tree down. It's insane. Deb said, yes, trees talk to each other. Alex said, I thought about that. I love abandoned videos and thought I'd love to take that over and make it lovely again. Whole towns abandoned. It's crazy. Yeah, that's what I thought. Stuart and Anya Biz. Matchbox 20. If you're gone. Timmy said, was there a call in tonight? Alex said, hey, Timmy, I don't think so. No, I have back pain and headache for days, and so I'm going to make it tomorrow. I'm trying not to take any medication for the headache and back pain because I know it's muscular and I know it's exercise that I did that caused it. Because those muscles have not seen movement for a very long time. And so I thought it was muscle pain. Then I thought it was my kidneys. Then I thought I pulled my back somewhere and it was just going out to the sides. I'll be right by tomorrow, I hope. Deb said, don't I know it? My stomach was so traumatized by multiple surgeries, still got a long way to get the muscles back. Yeah, that's it. It's when you don't use, like you lose it when you don't use it, okay? My stomach and back used to be very strong and now they're weak as shit because I haven't exercised them in a long time. Alex said, bring back the days fun playing outside. Sybil said, Richard Parsons' daddy was a time-worn CEO. I believe they take themselves out. Well, yeah. Didn't we hear about cyanide pills from the board many moons ago? I think we did. Or from people theorising about the board. Deb said, yes, very conveniently, people are dropping out one way or another. Deb said, I want to give it a lobotomy to all the people that think that cow farts can be stopped. Deb said, puppets, I thought you meant puppetry of the penis. What are you talking about there, Deb? Deb said, Michelle's striped. Alex said, oh, wow, I'm glad granddaughter and baby are both well. Sending love and prayers to you, Sherry. Yes, definitely. Alex said, YouTube had taken some of my comments off, cheeky buggers. They are. I hope something happens with YouTube soon where I seem to be able to talk a bit more. I don't know what's going on. I'm not willing to say anything just yet. And in fact, I've probably just said something that'll stuff me up, you know. I don't know. They seem to have relaxed a little bit. I don't know. Stuart said, compulsory hero, 1927. Deb said, my daughter and the old fella daughter both a baby on board. Halfway in the pregnancy, they are now having very complicated pregnancies. Don't know if we get to keep both daughters and baby. No, Deb. Pray for Deb's daughters and the old fella's daughter. Like, so both your daughters, like 2 daughters and their little babies. Alex said, I think they've always keep the technology themselves, only release it when they have some sort of agendas to follow. Well, look, this is why I don't understand why I didn't know this. It's because I know they're 50 to 100 years ahead in technology, but I didn't know they had mobile phones in the military back then. So there you go. See, I learn something new every day too. I'm still learning as we go, or like you guys are learning as we all learning as we go. There you go. Now it's windy out there. We just had storms. Now it's windy. Stuart said they can find me all they want. I'm just not paying for shit. Well, in the country they don't. It's mainly in the mountains that they abide by these rules, right? That you can't cut a tree down unless you get council approval. In the country they don't worry about it. They just do it. Okay, that's what happens. Deb said, like what happened to technology they promised in the 50s and 60s went underground. Deb said, yes, you lose it if you don't use it. That's why I don't stop talking. MJ said, puppetry of the penis, is that funny? That is funny. Oh, my God, how did I miss that one? Cracking me up. Alex said they weren't even bad comments. One was just about helping that woman on fire. The other was about shutting down pollution plants first before going after the animals. Well, that shows you where their priorities are, Alex, doesn't it? Yeah, sending love and prayers to you and your daughters, Deb, Sherry and her granddaughter, Luna and her little ones, Cynthia that hasn't got a home. I hope she finds one very quickly. I hope the best for her, honestly. And with that, it is Friday, isn't it? Yep, it is Friday. I'll be back tomorrow, guys, and we'll have a call in tomorrow if that's okay. I need to go and rest. I don't know. Do more exercise, something. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I've got to try and fix this. It's starting to go away now, the pain in the back. So I'm thinking next time I do the stomach and back exercises that I just go a bit slower. Take it a little bit easier. Don't push so hard and hurt myself. Okay, with that, guys, much love. Thank you all for tuning in and liking and subscribing if you haven't. I appreciate all of you guys. You're all legends. And I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, guys. Much love. Bye.